I see the role of honesty being, within relationships, being a linchpin to trust and respect. Because without it, you can't develop those two elements. You can't be honest where you fear to offend. And you can't respect an individual that actually deceives you on a regular basis, and that's just a founding element. And if you don't have these elements, you don't have a relationship. But at the same time, in a relationship, you have to have that measured response of care and consideration. And that is something, it's not necessarily a blanket policy issue of necessarily for me to sit down and say you have to be absolutely honest, but it needs to be discussed, it needs to be communicated. And that is another, vital, absolutely vital communication skill is that, I blew the answer, but the notion of communication being an essential relationship skill is you need to be able to communicate these things within a relationship, and that also fosters a degree of trust, honesty, and respect, is that when you can be honest and be truthful and yet still be respectful and consider the individual and how you care and hold that individual in the manner in which they're regarded is really truly the underpinnings of a relationship. The idea of honesty in an intimate relationship is obviously it is going to be a more intimate, raw, exposed, a completely naked, vulnerable element of your psyche, your awareness, your sense of self will be exposed. You can put up a social front publicly, but in a relationship, that public facade is stripped away. They're going to get to know you, and there will be this raw vulnerability that you expose yourself in a healthy relationship. And you can tell when a relationship's starting not to be in a healthy level, when it's starting to be in an inflection point into an unhealthy nature, is when that honesty is evaporating, when that honesty has been transgressed, when there's been a violation of trust, respect, and you don't have that open dialogue, that sense of communication, no matter what form it takes, is stripped away.